Today I'm taking a look at the smoke leak detector. So here is the unit. We can see we got indicator lights letting us know that we got power and that is producing smoke. We got a switch for our smoke. Got our power supply. It says that this is 12 volts. Looks like it's designed for a standard 120 volt plug, but this does say 12 volts, so you'll only want to put 12 volts in there. Outlet fuse. This is for the smoke to come out. We do have some rubber feet on the bottom, so it's not going to be sliding around. And then we just got venting on the back and the side. And on the top, we have got our port for our oil. We got our instructions. So they gave us a whole bunch of plugs. So whenever you're going to be testing a system, you want to make sure that the smoke is going out the area that you want to test and not going out the areas where it can easily escape. Very nice that they gave us options for that. This is our cone, so you can see we got a hose coming out the bottom that goes all the way through, and it comes out this port in the top. So because this is largest, we can take that and we can stuff that in whatever size port that we need. And that starts about 1 1/8, and it goes up to right about 3.5 inches. And if you need to put this into a smaller hole, we got this as an option. And we got a bunch more smaller plugs. So very nice. This is a fairly complete set. We got a hanging hook, so you can hang this onto usually a hood hook of our car. So this will just thread up. We can thread that into the unit and then lock it down with this nut. We got a bottle for our oil. So it threads on and it has a cap that we can take off. So this is interesting. It looks like a valve tool. We got a section of hose with a brass fitting on it. And that does have a rubber seal there in the bottom so that you get a good seal. And then we got a length of hose with our nozzle there on the end. So this is going to be for our power. So we do have that regular AC cord there on the back, and that goes down to these two alligator clamps. They are color coded, positive and negative, black and red. And they have a pretty strong spring on there so you can make sure you got a good connection. So I'm going to use a regular hose. What we're going to do is take off this nut and we can fit that over the hose. And the hose will fit onto this nipple. And then we thread that nut back down. And while I'm here, I'm going to connect the power. So the key to getting good smoke out of a smoke machine is using good oil. This is what I use, 13 Chef's food grade mineral oil. If you use lower quality oil, then it's just going to fog up. And you can still find a leak with that. But if you want to get that nice wispy look to it, so it looks like it's pointing to the spot that you need to check, then you want to use good oil. This does not take a lot of oil, unless of course you want to run it for quite a while. I'm just going to fill this guy up. Right to about there, and that'll be enough to test it. Now it does say on the top it recommends to add 10 to 20 milliliters of smoke testing special oil. I'm just using mineral oil. It's basically the same thing, but you can get stuff that's designed specifically for this, and to drain the oil when you are done. I've always said that I wish that they would actually make one of these things for 120 volt power. I understand that we're going to be working on a car. You'll have 12 volts available, but I like plugging into household power. The way I get around it is I use a power supply. Set that 12 volts and give it power. So we can see we do have power. And let's start our smoke. Now it usually takes about a minute or so, and then we should start seeing smoke. So you can kind of see it now. Okay, so that did not take long at all. This is actually producing quite thick smoke very, very quickly, which is excellent. So you're not going to be wasting a lot of power getting this thing running. That is great. That is going to fill up this whole room. I'm going to shut that guy off. Okay, cool. So yeah, overall, that is a very nice smoke machine.